Okay, it's December the 6th. I finally got a square pen built here with a little bit of wire in it and some goats. I ended up getting cashmere goats. I'd recommend getting Barbadoe, but this is all I could find around here. So they had lots of feel the first and second day, but the third and fourth they mothered up to me quite a bit and kind of lost their movement and feel. Anyhow, this is like I said, the fourth day, and I'm going to come by here. I went and come by for about 3 days, and then towards the end of that third day, just the last little bit, I sent them away to me. I'm keeping them to the edge here just for the first couple, making sure it's controlled. The first day was a little western. It wasn't too bad, but it was my first time, and you know, a guy's got to be pretty sharp doing this. You know, these goats are pretty little and can't really stick up for themselves, so it's my job. Anyhow, I'm doing this video here so I can send it off to Len and see if I can move on to the next step. You know, when Len does his videos, he makes things all look pretty fluent and easy like, so I'm always trying to keep that in mind when I'm doing these. I watch him go back and at the end of the day just see if I was as handy as he was with my timing and making things go pretty smooth without too big of a deal. So hope you like it, and yeah, enjoy yourself.
Quinn, this is a really nice video here. Boy, it's exciting to watch this young pup try to do a little something with these goats. You got a good selection of goats. And like you say, I like the Barbadoes. They never get too gentle. They don't like people. And every day is another day. They never get gentle. They're flighty. Now, they're not good goats to take out in the open and work. They're too flighty. But in a pen like this, they are beautiful. I don't want them to get too gentle. All right, let's go on. But the goats are fine. You know what? You can see what we're trying to do here is to train the dog to handle the goats in a certain way. And develop his brain as to how he's going to do this. This is a crossbred dog. He's going to be a tough cattle dog, so we can spend some time here showing him how to handle stock. Now he says, look at him, Quentin, I'm a little bigger than they are. I'm able to just play with them rather than work them. And that's the impression I'm getting here a little bit with that tail. You know, he's not serious. Go look at him in a little clip when he was working the cows. Hey, a little bit different appearance here. Of course, this will go away. This will go away. You know, when he comes out, he's going to want to get a little bit more aggressive every time. And you restrain him. And then he'll start crouching and thinking. And you're doing just swell. This is the way to go. However, let me mention before, you know, be sure you got a cow dog pup before you start this. This is fun. If you're intending to produce a cow dog, the fun's out of it. You know, you need to get on with your business and be sure you got a cow dog. Fun dogs won't make cow dogs. So that's the purpose here. Boy, looking at your pup, boy, he's a beautiful pup. He's a beautiful pup. You're feeding good dog feed. He's getting like I am now. He's getting a little bit hard to get up and down because of his weight. Slim him back a little bit more. He'll jump up and down off that ground a little bit faster. Of course, he's a puppy. You can't do that very well. But that's food for thought. Look at him looking at this little goat here. Man, yeah, this is super. I like the way you're handling your puppy. I don't know anybody could do it any better. You're having a lot of patience. All your moves are very fluid. And you're stopping him when you're supposed to stop him. Attaboy, walk up just a little, walk up, take a step or two. Attaboy. You know, I'm thinking maybe a little bit later on you could go back into that lane and duplicate this right here and back up and have the dog start walking up behind the stock, the length of the lane. I don't know whether that hurt him. That will not hurt him. You can do that, huh? And he'll free up a little bit. We're getting a lot of up and down here, which we have to have. This is super. There's nothing wrong with this, son. I can't help you one bit here. This is just super. Looks like if you leave him up, he'll be a little free. When you can leave him up, you know, he may be thinking about lamb chops here, or goat chops, or whatever you call them. Yeah, they look like to be, they'd roast up pretty good. And they may look the same way to him. And, you know, but anyhow, that could be something you might try. Just walk him up in that lane like that on a gather. Boy, I admire the way you put things together, huh? We talk about a square lane with wire in it. Next thing I know, you got a square lane with wire in it. Hey, son. I couldn't be happier to help you. You want to help yourself, and that's what makes me want to help you. I've got about 17 pups like this right now that need to have this. They're wild and they're crazy and they're jumping up and getting a hold of cattle. And they'll hurt me, they'll hurt themselves and the cattle. We can't have that. And I've just checked them out on a video that's up there for you to see. And now I've got to do something about gentling them down, calming them down, getting control. And next step is I think I'm going to have to get it in the sheep pen and start putting a little bit of steady on them. I can't handle them in the cow pen. They'll jump up on the cow and knock them into you. And then you'll have to be real cruel to them to get them to settle down. So this is the best way. It's time consuming. I don't do this with all dogs. I don't have to. I can bypass this sheep pen here and go on, and you could too. But this is the best way. Put a little bit of handle on a dog, you know he's going to be a cow dog. And then when you put him back in cattle, you'll have the same effect you're having right here on controlling your stock and your dog. Then more than likely he won't be rushing up under him and getting hurt like you see some of my pups doing that I'm trying to get started. Of course, I'm not trying to get them, well, I am. I'm trying to get them hooked up. Well, that is starting, but not starting in the training. You know, the next thing after I know they're hooked up and they want to go to cattle is control. Pulling them back and getting control of them so that you can train them. Go ahead, Cajun. You're looking good, son. Cajun's a daddy now. Cajun's got some puppies by that Jenny. Whoa, leave him alone. By that Jenny dog, a female of Quentin's, got a nice litter of pups. Oh yeah, son, you're going to have some nice puppies here. This is how you breed good dogs. And you know all about both of these dogs right now. You know all about them. That's what makes you cut out all the possibilities of having a whole bunch of dogs that won't work. You know what your dogs are going to do. Ooh, attaboy, there you are, there you are. Boy, this is going to develop into something real pretty here. I love to work sheep. Sheep brings out the expression in a dog. And it also, you know, it puts a flair to the, if you put it that way, to the training, and a lot different than cattle work. But, and it's fun to do. Like you say, you know, boy, you get a good feel of this. You get a good feel of your dog. You steady things up a little bit. Oh, you say, look here, I'll wag my tail. I may just bite one of them. And I'll tell you what I like about the dog. Let's think about what he's doing here now. You know, he knows he's big. Now, my way of thinking about this, after working dogs all my life. He knows he's big. This is a tough pup here. And, you know, look at how he wants to go about this. Now, this tells me he's a good dog. He's a good thinking dog. You know, he knows the little old goats out there. There's not going to be a challenge. I don't see any real killing desire in this dog. You know, he may want to bite one. I'm not saying he may not want to. And he may want to chase them, play with them. But I don't see him wanting to kill everything in this pen because they're in here. Now, if I saw that, I'd think, well, you know, how much brains have we got? You know, it's a different deal here. You know, this is not a dog fight. We don't have to have that attitude. And it's like a good dog biting a baby calf. When you're working, you know, the mama cow's fighting the dog, and boy, the fight's on, and it's really a bad deal. But that baby calf is standing right there, and a good dog will not bother that thing at all. It will not. A sorry dog will grab the calf. And when you see that, you know you got a dog that's that is of less value to you. Put it that way. He may be all right doing a lot of things, but I wouldn't like him as well. And, you know, people say, well, I got a bunch of baby calves and these dogs are rough and they could hurt them. Well, if I see that happening, you know, I try to breed out of it or don't bring them back out with me again or whatever. And I think that's the attitude we have here. I believe that's a good attitude. A good strong dog doesn't have to rely on a lot of shenanigans to act like he's strong. Quentin, you know my big pup like this, I've renamed him Festus. And I sent him up to Fort Worth with Jerry Jones for Jerry to fool with him, play with him a little bit. I've got, you know, a lot of dogs here. And Jerry needs a dog. Jerry bought 2 pups off of me, but he's full of ambition and he's full of go, and he's like you. He wants to get started. And 2 little old pups, you got to wait too long on them. So I let him borrow this dog from me to take up there and start him. He's a very, very good hand with a dog. And we're going to get to see a lot of videos on him. And it's going to be very interesting to see these 2 dogs develop. I've got 3 of them here that, well, let's see. No, I've got 2 of them here, 2 females out of that litter. And I'll be fooling with them and putting them up here to see what this litter does. It'd be very interesting to see how all this comes out.